Hey guys, Warwick24 from MondayMorningMTG.com, and we are opening event decks tonight, and I've already done Rally and Route in another video, so we're going to open up the Thrive and Thrash, which is the Simic deck, which also has a little splash of red. You can see in the top here, the ones that are black are the ones that aren't included. The colored ones are. You have blue, red, and green, so this is a would probably be called a rug deck. Rug being R for red, U for blue, since B is for black, and then G for green. So you have red, blue, green, or rug. So let's go ahead and open this up. I believe it only splashes like a couple red for some small things. Let's go ahead and check this out. This one is not as impressive as the one from Boros, because it does not have a Hinterland Harbor, unfortunately. It has 4 guild gates instead. And also with this one, there's a Thragtusk in it. Yes, third event deck to have a Thragtusk. That's why Thragtusk went down in price and is now somewhere between $10 and $15. So let's go ahead and open this up. Got an Orzhov die in here. So I've got 2 Orzhovs. Now, the main deck, already you can see there's an Arbor Elf in there. Sideboard, Rancor, so must be a pretty good deck to have Rancor on the sideboard. Of course, the typical divider, the How to Play Magic guide. I'm never going to look into one of those. If you're beginning to play Magic, take the time to read it, but I don't really need to personally, and it's not really worth my time opening it, showing you, and like reading it off or anything. Maybe sometime in the future if everyone wants that. But okay, we have a deck list here, 23 creatures, 14 other spells, 23 lands, and the 15 card sideboard. Being an event deck, it's ready to play right out of the box, 60 card deck, and you have the 15 card sideboard ready to go. Let me just close that up, put this away. The sideboard's going to be off to the side there. Just going to peel this back. Okay. So let's start off this one. So we have Arbor Elf, 1 green for a 1/1, and you can tap it to untap target forest. And we have 4 of those. Then we have 2 Fog Banks, which is a blue and a colorless, and it's a 0/2 defender wall with flying, and you prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it and dealt by it. So pretty much it can't be destroyed except for like a burn spell, because combat damage is only attacking and defending attacks. Alright, so we also have 3 Strangler Geist in here. Double green for 2/1 haste undying, so the moment you put this out there, you can attack for 2. And if someone blocks it and kills the creature, it comes back as a 3/2 instead of a 2/1. And then after the 3/2 dies, then it goes to the graveyard. And we have 3 of those. Now we have 3 Borderland Rangers, 2 colorless, 1 green, for 2/2, and it enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. We also have a Yiva, Nature's Herald, one of the legendary creatures from M13, double green, 2 colorless for 4/4. She has flash, and you may also cast green creature cards as though they had flash. And I believe green creature cards also include cards that are blue and green at the same time. So you can cast those as if they had flash, because technically they are green even though they are also blue. Alright, then we have Dungeon Geists. 2 blue, 2 colorless for a 3/3 with flying. And when it enters the battlefield, you tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Dungeon Geists. So you just have 1 of those, and it's rare from Dark Ascension. Alright, now we have 2 Mist Ravens. Commons from Absent Restored. Double blue, 2 colorless for a 2/2. It's flying, and when it enters the battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. Not bad. So we got 2 of those. Thragtusk. I mean, by now, hopefully everyone knows what Thragtusk is. who's been playing Magic for a while. If you haven't, then here we go. It's a 5/3 beast creature, rare from M13, costs 4 colorless and 1 green. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. When it leaves the battlefield, you put a 3/3 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. So pretty much it enters, plus 5 life, and a major, giant, huge creature. When it leaves, you just have a 3/3 beast. So, really not that bad. Actually, it's an amazing card. But now this is my 7th, 8th Thragtusk, something like that. Alright, now we have Acidic Slime. Double green, 3 colorless for a 2/2 with Death Touch, and when it enters the battlefield, you destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Still pretty good. Wolfrey Silverheart. I mentioned it in the Boros Event Deck video. Double green, 3 colorless for a 4/4 with Soul Bond. And of course, Soul Bond is when it enters the battlefield, you can pair it to another creature, or when another creature enters the battlefield, you may pair it with this one. And they remain paired for as long as you control both of them. If one of them leaves the battlefield for any reason, they're no longer paired. But as long as it is paired with another creature, both creatures get +4/+4. That's why you put it with Silverblade Paladin. So Silverblade Paladin becomes a 6/6. This is an 8/8. Both have double strikes, so then you're attacking for 16 + 12, which massive amazingness. But Wolfrey Silverheart. There you have it. It's a great card. Deadeye Navigator. Double blue, 4 colorless for a 5/5 with Soul Bond. Already went over Soul Bond. And as long as it's paired with another creature, each of those creatures has pay 1 colorless and a blue, exile this creature, then return it to the battlefield under your control. Which is pretty much the blink thing that people did with like Cloud Shift and what was the other one? I think mostly this too, because you exile something, you can bring it right back, like Infinite Mana Loop. You take Zealous Conscripts, which is red from Absalom Restored, pair it with this, and keep gaining control of your Gilded Lotus. Tap it for 3 mana, you pay 2 of it to blink it, bring it back, gain control of it, and you keep going 2, 3, 4, 5 each time you blink it, so you can start stealing everyone's everything and then hit them with Devil's Play for infinity damage. But that's beside the point, not part of the deck. Deadeye Navigator just lets you exile cards and return them to the battlefield under your control as long as it's bonded. As long as this is bound to another creature and the other creature is bound to this. So, yes. Sorry if that was confusing. Alright. Sphinx of Uthun. 2 double blue, 5 for a 5/6 with flying, and when it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. You put 1 pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. I've never really seen the point for this card, but I have so many of them. Then we have a Gruul Rage Beast. 5 colorless, 1 red and 1 green for a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, whenever Gruul Rage Beast or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature fights target creature an opponent controls. So it's like a thing to get rid of your opponent's creatures. Alright, now we have 2 Evolving Wilds. Pretty much you just search, you sacrifice it and search for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. 4 Simic Guild Gates. Enters the battlefield tapped. Pay 1 green or 1, and it gives you either 1 green or 1 blue when you tap it. Alright, now, islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 islands. 1 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 forests. Then we have 4 Farseeks, which is 1 green, 1 colorless. You search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. Ground Assault, 1 red and 1 green. It deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. Not a bad card there. Then we have 4 Verdant Havens, 2 colorless and 1 green. enchant land, and when it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana of any color to his or her mana pool, in addition to the mana the land produces. So, which actually, you know what? I don't even remember that being on the original card. That little extra text there about it being in addition to the mana the land produces. Either way, land produces 2 different colors of mana. Yep. You get 4 of those. Then you have a Bramble Crush here, double green, 2 colorless, to destroy target non-creature permanent. Not bad. Destroy land, destroy planeswalker, etc., so forth. And then we have 3 Urban Evolutions for 3 colorless, a green and a blue. Draw 3 cards, and you may play an additional land this turn. That was the main deck. Let me go ahead and drop it back in the box here for storage. Then sideboard doesn't want to come out. Okay, 15 card sideboard. We have 3 rankers in here. 1 green to enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. Or when the creature's put into the graveyard. No, actually, when ranker's put into the graveyard from the battlefield. Yes, I said it right the first time. Return to its owner's hand. Then we have Naturalize. Just 2 of them. 1 green, 1 colorless. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. And we have 2 negates. 1 blue, 1 colorless. Counter target non-creature spell. Typical counter spell there. Then 4 Flames of the Firebrand. 2 colorless and 1 red. Deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and or players. Pretty good. And then 4 Dissipates, which is double blue and 1 colorless. Counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Which is great for any of those cards with flashback or spells with flashback. So, there you have it. That's the Simic. Let's see here. It was the Thrive and Thrash deck from Simic for the event decks. So there you have it. I think the Boros one's definitely the better one of the 2, but I mean, still great event decks all around.